Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Thursday, March 10th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out. Talking about the injuries in play for tonight. It is only a 2-game slate, so with that being in mind, please play lightly tonight. There's not a lot of variance that you can have on 2-game slates, so it's a little more hit or miss in terms of like what you can actually win. A lot less variance overall. And then I'll be going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get started with the recap of yesterday's picks. We'll start off on the DraftKings side. We had CJ McCollum at the point guard position, $8,900. Looking for 45 points out. We got to 48.5, so he was a hit. Then at shooting guard, we had Dante DiVincenzo, $4,700. Looking for 24 points out. He had been playing big minutes off the bench. He'd been playing very well. And last night he got to 1.5. So he was a massive miss. He got 12 minutes in that game, over 5 shooting. Then at small forward, we had Caleb Martin, $3,700. I said him or Max Strus, whoever ended up starting. Gabe Vincent actually ended up starting, so it kind of killed everything there. So kind of had to go with Caleb Martin here. But he got to 11.75 points. He was a miss. He played 10 minutes, and then he got re-injured in this game. So that was just really unfortunate overall. At power forward, we had Sengun, $5,100. Looking for 26 points out. He got to 50, so he was a massive hit there, almost 10 times value. And then at center, we had Nikola Jokic, $12,600. Looking for 63 points out. He got to 77, so he was a good hit as well. So 3 really good hits, 2 pretty bad misses there. So really unfortunate day on the DraftKings side. Then on the FanDuel side, we had Brandon Williams at that point guard position, $3,500. Looking for 18 points out. He got to 13.7. He was a miss. 3 for 13 shooting from the field. Portland was terrible last night. He had 4 turnovers, only 1 assist, a couple of rebounds. Just not a very good day for him overall. Then at shooting guard, we had Dante DiVincenzo. He got to 2 points on the FanDuel side yesterday at $4,400. We were looking for 22 out of him. He was a miss. Obviously only played 12 minutes and over 5 shooting from the field, something that we could not have seen coming prior to yesterday. And then a small forward one with KJ Martin, Kenyon Martin Jr., however you like to refer to him as, for $4,000, looking for 20 points out of him, was in that starting lineup. He got to 30.7, so he was a hit. Then we had Sengun once again at $4,600. Looking for 23 points out, he got to 49.8, so he was over at 10 times value on the FanDuel side yesterday. Then last but not least, Nikola Jokic at $11,500. Looking for 58 points out, he got to 76.1, so he was a hit overall. So a little bit better day on the FanDuel side, but still had those couple bad misses on both sides, so really unfortunate there. Probably needed more exposure to some Lakers and to some Rockets, but at the same time did play KJ Martin, Sengun. But if you had like Kevin Porter Jr., LeBron James, Russell Westbrook in there, probably would have done pretty well as well with that game going on in overtime. But with that being said, we'll get over into the injuries in play for tonight's slate. Obviously, like I mentioned, it's only a 2-game slate, so we had the first game between the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. LaMarcus Aldridge, David Duke, and Ben Simmons are out for the Brooklyn Nets tonight, so we have Kyrie Irving, we have Kevin Durant once again. Playing together. Last time it was Kyrie Irving that went off. Maybe today it's Kevin Durant. We'll just have to see. Then for the Philadelphia 76ers, just Danny Green out tonight. This is kind of an important game for James Harden, so this is a little bit of revenge since he obviously just did get traded from the Brooklyn Nets, so would not be surprised if James Harden has a very solid game tonight. Then for the Golden State Warriors, we have Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Gary Payton II, and Otto Porter Jr. all listed as out tonight. So maybe this is the team that has a little bit of value. Could be on the opposite side of the ball with the Nuggets, though, for sure. So what I'm looking for tonight is who ends up being that fifth starter. Is it still Moses Moody? If he does, he looks like a decent play on at least DraftKings as a solid, cheap guy on tonight's slate. Then for the Denver Nuggets, they're without Kankar, Murray, and Porter once again. Bones, Highland, Jeff Green, and Will Barton all listed as questionable to play. All 3 did not end up playing last night. So if they don't play once again tonight, there could be some value on tonight's slate from this Denver Nuggets team. But with that being said, that's as quick a rundown as you can get on the injuries in play for tonight. Really, the only ones we're watching out for is the Nuggets news. But with that being said, we'll get moving over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position with Monte Morris, $4,700. Looking for 24 points at him. Averaging over 25 on the season. He's been playing very well as of late. Currently having projected for 27 points tonight. Shooting guard, we're going with Moses Moody. I assume he ends up starting once again tonight. $3,500, looking for 18 points at him. Played pretty well the last 2 games. Obviously, 2 games ago was without the main guys, but last night he played reasonably well as well, with decent-sized minutes, even though there was a little bit of blowout run towards the end. But I currently have him projected for about 19-20 points tonight. Then small forward, we're going with Bruce Brown, who's been playing very well as of late, only $5,100. Looking for 26 points at him. Currently I'm projected for about 27 points tonight, but if he does what he's been doing in recent games, has a little bit upside for more as well. Then at power forward, came down to Matisse Thybulle at $3,400. Looking for 17 points on him. No Danny Green tonight. Matisse Thybulle averaging 16 on the season. Probably going to be playing out there a lot tonight going against Kevin Durant. So currently I have him projected for about 18 points, but does have a little bit of upside for more if he does more on the defensive end and maybe scores a couple points. Then last but not least, at the center position, going Nikola Jokic at $11,200. Looking for 56 points on him. Averaging 61 on the season. Currently I'm projected for 60 points tonight. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $22,100 remaining, just under $7,400 per player. So you're probably going to pay up for at least one other stud on tonight's slate, and then kind of mix and match from there. It's a very interesting slate when you only have 2 games because you're trying to get 2 studs in there, and then kind of build and find some value alongside them as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So at point guard, we're going right back to Monty Morris. $5,400, looking for 27 points at him. That's what I have him projected for. He's at, just over 24.5 on the season, but he's been playing pretty well as of late. So definitely interested in him once again tonight. Not a lot of value at that point guard position or in terms of cheaper point guards, so he looks pretty good. Obviously, you have to play 2 of them on the FanDuel side. Then at shooting guard, we're going with Klay Thompson, $5,700, looking for 29 points at him. Averaging 28 on the season, essentially. Currently, I'm projected for about 30 points tonight, so looking like a solid low value play on tonight's slate as well. And then at small forward, we're going with Matisse Thybulle once again, $3,900. I'm looking for about 20 points out. I'm averaging 18 on the season. Currently, I'm projected for 19 tonight. Potentially has a little bit upside for more as well. Then at power forward, this is like the yucky position on FanDuel. Not really interested in too many of these guys. Probably going to end up having to play Kevin Durant as well. But I went with Aaron Gordon here. Not the best last night, even though he was somebody we mentioned in yesterday's video at the beginning of the day until Sengun did open up. Looking for 25 points out of him at $5,000. Averaging about 27 on the season, but he's been very up and down this season. Not as hot as of late, but there is still some upside there as well. And then last but not least, at the center position, you can play Joel Embiid, you can play Nikola Jokic. I just went with Andre Drummond to save a little bit of money here. Pay up at a couple other positions. $5,600, looking for 28 points out of him. No LaMarcus Aldridge once again tonight. I am currently projected for 30 points. And there's also some upside there for more if he plays big minutes, if he doesn't get into foul trouble against Joel Embiid, and he gets all those rebounds that he's so good at getting. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $34,400 remaining, $8,600 per player. So definitely a lot of room to spend up. You're probably going to spend up on 2 studs on tonight's slate and then kind of mix and match from there. Definitely a lot of possibilities that you can do on the FanDuel side. If you want to pay up for one of the other centers, you can definitely do that over Andre Drummond as well. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, March 10th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. Might be one of my core 5, might be someone else that I did not mention in this video as well. And then with that being said, if you want to talk a little bit Super Draft, always down to talk some Super Draft. JC Money Design and myself will be going live right around 5 o'clock on both our channels today. So definitely be sure you're checking that out for the Super Draft main slate. Obviously, the Super Draft Pro contest today was the PGA contest, which started earlier this morning, so we won't be going over that. And then, as always, I'll be listing all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down in the comments below, as well as my update core about a half hour prior to lock if there are any changes at that point in time. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. Going to be talking some Dynasty, going to be talking some NFL draft prospects in the coming days, in the coming weeks, as we head up to that NFL draft. And then with that being said, if you are newer current subscribers yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.